The life and sad ending of Trisha Yearwood. Trisha Yearwood was born Patricia Lynn Yearwood on September 19, 1964, in Monticello, Georgia, the U.S., and grew up on a farm owned by her father, who was also a prominent local banker. She loved Elvis Presley as a child and sang in musicals, choral groups, and talent shows while in school. She enrolled at the University of Georgia, but in 1985 she transferred to the music business program at Belmont College in Nashville. Yearwood served an internship with MTM Records and soon moved on to become an in-demand demo singer, which resulted in the up-and-coming Brooks hiring her as a backup vocalist. Yearwood appeared on Brooks's 1989 debut and its blockbuster follow-up, No Fences, and with the help of producer Garth Fundis, she staged a showcase performance in 1990 that landed her a record deal with MCA. Yearwood's self-titled debut album was released in 1991, and the lead single, She's in Love with the Boy, rocketed to the top of the country charts, making her an instant star. 3 major singles from the record, Like We Never Had a Broken Heart, co-written by Brooks, That's What I Like About You, and The Woman Before Me, all went top 10, and Yearwood toured as Brooks's opening act, gaining immense exposure. As a result, she became the first female country singer ever to sell 1 million copies of her debut album, and a little bit later on, 2 million. Her follow-up was the acclaimed Hearts in Armor, which appeared in 1992 during the aftermath of a divorce. 2 of its singles, Wrong Side of Memphis and the Don Henley duet, Walkaway Joe, reached the top 5, and the record as a whole established Yearwood as an artist of creative ambition. Like its predecessor, it also went platinum. The title track of 1993's The Song Remembers When went to number 2, and she followed it with a Christmas album, The Sweetest Gift, in 1994. That year, she also married Mavericks bassist Robert Reynolds. In 1995, Yearwood released her 4th proper album, Thinkin' About You, another hugely popular collection that featured her 2nd and 3rd number 1 hits, in XXX's and OOO's, An American Girl, and the title track, plus another top 10 in I Wanna Go Too Far. The record found her music hinting more at adult contemporary-style country pop, a trend that continued on 1996's Everybody Knows. Believe Me Baby, I Lied was another chart-topping smash, and the title track also made the top 5. In 1997, Yearwood issued her first compilation songbook, a collection of hits which became her first album to top the country charts, and which also reached the pop top 5. She also recorded the Diane Warren-penned ballad, How Do I Live, for the soundtrack of the movie Con Air, and it was nominated for a Best Song Oscar. It also reached number 2 on the country charts, and nearly made the pop top 20s as well, though its performance was hurt by a competing version from LeAnn Rimes. 2 new singles from Songbook were also hugely successful. In Another's Eyes, a long-awaited duet with Brooks, hit number 2, and The Perfect Love went all the way to the top 10. Yearwood won Female Vocalist of the Year awards from the CMA and ACM in 1997 and 1998, respectively, and she also picked up her first solo Grammy for How Do I Live, giving her a sort of country equivalent of the Triple Crown. Now settled into her role as a big-voiced, crossover-friendly diva, Yearwood released her next all-new album, Where Your Road Leads, in 1998, with Tony Brown producing in place of Fundus. There Goes My Baby, Powerful Thing, and I'll Still Love You More all went top 10, and another duet with Brooks on the title cut made the top 20. Also in 1998, Yearwood made her first real foray into acting, taking a recurring role in the CBS military drama Jag that would last for the next few seasons. Unfortunately, her marriage to Reynolds broke up, and 2000's Real Live Woman, recorded with Fundus, was a more personal outing that reflected some of her heartbreak and turmoil. Perhaps as a result, it sold fairly well in spite of not producing any major hit singles. With new producer Mark Wright behind the boards, Yearwood returned in 2001 with Inside Out, which topped the country charts and produced the top 5 smash I Would Have Loved You Anyway. Jasper County came out on MCA Nashville in 2005. After leaving MCA in early 2007, Yearwood released Heaven, Heartache, and the Power of Love on Big Machine Records in November of the same year. MCA went on to release Yearwood's greatest hits in 2007 and the compilation album Love Songs in January 2008. Following the one album with Big Machine, Yearwood went on an extended hiatus from music. During this downtime, she concentrated on writing cookbooks, beginning with 2008's Georgia Cooking in an Oklahoma Kitchen, which was co-written by her mother and sister. It was enough of a success to spawn the 2010 sequel Home Cooking with Trisha Yearwood, and the 2012 Food Network series Trisha's Southern Kitchen. Yearwood officially parted from Big Machine in 2012, and in 2014 signed with RCA Nashville, which reintroduced the star via the November compilation Prizefighter, Hit After Hit, which contained 10 hits and 6 new songs. 2 years later, she released Christmas Together, a duet album with Garth Brooks. Yearwood returned with Let's Be Frank, a tribute to Sinatra that was her first solo album in 11 years in late 2018. Initially released in Williams-Sonoma stores in December, in February, the release went wide. In June, Yearwood released Every Girl in This Town. The anthemic tune, penned by Eric Dillon, Connie Harrington, and Caitlin Smith, marked her first appearance on the country radio charts in more than 2 decades. The song and lyric video was the lead-off single from her 12th studio album, Every Girl, issued by Gwendolyn Records label via RCA Nashville in August. Her first album of all original music since 2007 was produced by Garth Fundis and featured guest spots from Brooks, Kelly Clarkson, Patty Loveless, and Don Henley. Is known to be a hardship person, which means everything is emotionally chaotic for her. When someone hurts you emotionally, you will have to gradually learn to adapt to them, and when you lose trust, people will think in a different direction. Trisha Yearwood has been married thrice. She married musician Chris Latham in 1987. The duo went through a divorce in 1991. In 1994, she married Robert Bobby Reynolds, the bass player of the country music group The Mavericks. They ended their marriage in 1999. Finally, she married her long-term friend Garth Brooks on December 10, 2005. The couple has been married for over a decade now. At the end of this video, I want to remind you that just open your heart, keep burning your best, for you only get to live once.